Welcome everyone to Talk Crafted English. I'm Olivia, joined by Liam. Today we're diving into the world of stress and pressure, something we all know too well. But instead of textbook phrases, we're focusing on 10 native English idioms that truly capture how we feel under pressure.
Absolutely, Olivia. Idioms like these aren't just colorful. They're what real people use in offices, classrooms, and even at home to describe tough situations. Understanding them helps you sound more genuine and connect better with native speakers.
Great point. We'll break down meanings, tones, and give you practical mini dialogues so you can use these expressions naturally. Let's kick things off with our first idiom, under pressure.
Sounds good. And as we go, we'll also highlight how your voice and intonation can totally change the feeling behind each phrase. Ready to get started?
First up is under pressure. Liam, how do native speakers usually use this phrase, and in what situations does it really fit?
We use under pressure when we're facing stressful demands, like tight deadlines or big expectations. For example, I'm under pressure to finish this report by 5 p.m. It's very common in the workplace or school when time or results matter.
Can you give us a quick mini dialogue to show how it sounds in a real situation?
Sure. Imagine a manager says, "You seem tense." The employee replies, "Yeah, I'm just under a lot of pressure with these projects." Notice how the tone is usually a bit heavy or serious, reflecting genuine stress.
That's helpful. Listeners, try repeating that phrase with a slightly lower, tense voice to match the feeling. Moving on, our second idiom is at your wit's end. Liam, what does it mean to be at your wit's end, and when would you use it?
At your wit's end means you're so overwhelmed that you don't know what to do next. You've run out of solutions. Imagine you've tried everything to fix a problem, but nothing works.
That's a great explanation. Could you frame that in a quick scenario, maybe at work or home?
Absolutely. Picture a parent saying, "The kids have been arguing all day. I'm at my wit's end." Here, the tone is usually exasperated, almost desperate. Try saying it with a sigh for extra realism.
Perfect example. Transitioning from feeling overwhelmed, let's look at a phrase that's all about urgent demands, under the gun. The idiom under the gun sounds intense. Liam, can you break down its meaning and typical usage for our listeners?
Definitely. Under the gun means you're being pressured to complete something quickly, often with a strict deadline. It creates a sense of urgency, almost like you're in a race against time.
Could you give us a hypothetical office scenario where someone might use this idiom?
Sure. A coworker might say, "I can't talk right now. I'm under the gun to finish this presentation before noon." The intonation here is usually quick and a bit sharp, matching the urgency.
Listeners, practice saying, "I'm under the gun," emphasizing the word gun to stress that urgent feeling. Now, let's discuss spread too thin. This one paints a vivid picture. Liam, what does it mean, and how might it come up in conversation?
Spread too thin means you have too many tasks or commitments, so you can't give enough attention to any one thing. Imagine trying to stretch a small amount of butter over too much bread. It just doesn't work.
That's a great analogy. Can you provide a real-world mini dialogue with this idiom?
Of course. Someone might say, "I'm trying to help everyone, but I'm really spread too thin lately." The tone here is often tired or apologetic, reflecting a sense of being overwhelmed by too much work.
Excellent. This idiom can help you express that you need support or fewer tasks without sounding negative. Next up is in over your head. Liam, how do you explain this idiom and what situations best fit its use?
It means a task or situation is too difficult or complex for you to handle. Imagine jumping into the deep end of a pool without knowing how to swim. You're literally in over your head.
That image really clarifies things. Could you share a dialogue where this idiom would naturally appear?
Sure, a new employee might say, I thought I could manage this project, but I'm in over my head. The intonation is often softer, showing vulnerability or a need for help.
Listeners, practice saying it with a hesitant tone to capture that feeling of uncertainty. Let's talk about crack under pressure. Liam, what does it mean to crack under pressure, and is it always negative?
To crack under pressure means to fail, make mistakes, or lose control when stress is too much. It's not always negative sometimes, it just means you're human. For example, even top athletes can crack under pressure during big games.
Could you give us a mini dialogue that shows how this idiom fits into everyday conversation?
Certainly. Did you see Sarah during the meeting? She totally cracked under pressure when the boss questioned her. The tone is usually sympathetic or surprised, depending on context.
Listeners, try repeating with a gentle, understanding intonation to avoid sounding judgmental. Now, let's focus on keep it together. How do people use this idiom to encourage themselves or others during stressful times, Liam?
This idiom means to stay calm or maintain control even when things are chaotic. For example, before a big exam, someone might tell themselves, "Just keep it together, you've studied hard."
Can you demonstrate it in a supportive dialogue?
Sure. Friend 1, I feel like I'm about to lose it. Friend 2, take a deep breath and keep it together. You've got this. The tone here is encouraging, steady, and reassuring.
Listeners, repeat keep it together with a calm, firm voice to give comfort. Let's move on to lose your cool. Liam, what does it mean, and how is it different from crack under pressure?
Lose your cool specifically means to become visibly angry or frustrated. While crack under pressure is about making mistakes, lose your cool is more about showing your emotions, often by yelling or snapping.
Could you give us an example with the right emotional tone?
Absolutely. Sorry I lost my cool earlier. The constant interruptions got to me. The tone is usually apologetic or regretful after things calm down.
Listeners, try saying it with a softer, remorseful tone to convey that you regret your reaction. Now, let's talk about a more positive way to deal with stress. Blow off steam. What does this idiom mean, Liam?
Blow off steam means to release built-up stress or frustration by doing something active, like exercising, venting to a friend, or even just taking a walk. It's about preventing yourself from losing your cool.
Can you show how it's used in a real conversation?
Sure. After that stressful meeting, I went for a run to blow off some steam. The tone is lighter, almost relieved, like you're taking care of yourself.
Listeners say, I need to blow off steam, with a relaxed exhale to match that sense of release. Finally, let's discuss hit the breaking point. Liam, what does it mean, and how does it differ from the other idioms we've covered?
To hit the breaking point means reaching a moment when you truly can't handle any more stress. It's the absolute limit beyond under pressure or spread too thin. At this stage, people often need a break or serious support.
Could you give an example dialogue that shows the emotional weight of this phrase?
Of course. After working 2 jobs and studying at night, I finally hit my breaking point. The tone is usually heavy, with a sense of exhaustion or even relief at admitting it.
Listeners, practice saying it slowly with a deep breath to reflect the seriousness of the moment. Now that we've explored all 10 idioms, let's shift to how tone and intonation can change the meaning. Liam, why does this matter for language learners?
It's crucial, Olivia. Using the right tone makes your speech sound natural and emotionally accurate. For example, under pressure, with a flat tone sounds indifferent, but with a tense voice, it conveys real urgency.
What's your top tip for practicing intonation with these idioms?
Record yourself and play it back. Try saying "at my wit's end" with different tones, desperate, annoyed, even joking. It helps you hear how emotion changes the message.
Listeners, repeat today's phrases, experiment with your tone, and you'll sound more confident and authentic in no time.